Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special edition of Music We Remember. My name is John Van Beek, and this program is brought to you by caregiving.com. Thank you for tuning in, and please make yourselves comfortable as we prepare to play a little bit of spooky music for your listening pleasure. One of the spookiest songs I remember hearing as a child was a song called Ghost Riders in the Sky. I'll play it for you now on my guitar. Now an old cowpoke went riding out one dark and windy day. Up on the ridge he rested as he went upon his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw come plowing through the ragged skies and up a cloudy draw. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-oh, ghost riders in the sky. Well, their brands were still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard and he heard their mournful cry. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-ho, ghost riders in the sky. Well, the riders loped on by him, and he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell, riding on our range. Well, then, cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you shall ride, trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-ho, ghost riders in the sky. Well, their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, and their shirts all soaked in sweat. They're trying hard to catch that herd, but they ain't caught him yet. 'Cause you've got to ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride on, hear them cry, yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-ho, ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky. And there it is. Now for our next number, we're going to revisit a dance craze from several decades gone by. I'm having a hard time finding folks willing to admit that they were indeed practitioners of this dark art known as the mashed potato. And I believe this craze was indeed the foundation for this next song, which no doubt was made to perpetuate the dance craze of the mashed potato. And in this song, it's referred to as something slightly different. You may know this. Now, I was working in my lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash. He did the monster mash. He did the mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. Now from my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes and do the mash. They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. They did the mash. It caught on in a flash. They did the mash. They did the monster mash. Now the zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. Now the scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds of Igor on chains backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crick Kick of Five. They played the mash, they played the monster mash, they played the mash. It was a graveyard smash, they played the mash. It caught on in a flash, the monster mash. They played the monster mash. Now, out of his coffin, Drac's voice did ring, and it seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid, and he shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? It's now the mash. It's now the monster mash. And it's a graveyard smash, the monster mash. It caught on in a flash. It's now the mash. It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool, Drac's a part of the band, and my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you, and you can mash. You can monster mash, yes, the monster mash, and do my graveyard smash, it's the mash. You'll catch on in a flash, the monster mash. You'll do the monster mash. Monster mash. Well, if you haven't shown anyone how to do the mashed potato and you know how, you should take a moment to instruct those not skilled in the ways of the mashed potato. And now on to another song, which this is a fun one. Not exactly spooky, but for some reason I pull it out around this time of the year, and it goes like this. Well, I took my troubles down to Madame Ruth. You know that gypsy with the gold cap tooth? Well, she's got a pad down at 34th and Vine, selling little bottles of love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, all you need is some love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine, it looked like India ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know it was a day or night. I just started kissing everything in sight. But when I kissed the cop down at 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of that love potion number 9. I took my troubles down to Madame Ruth. You know that gypsy with the gold-capped tooth. She's got a pad down at 34th and Vine, selling little bottles of that love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been this way since 1986. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, all you need is that love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine, it looked like India ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know it was a day or night. Just started kissing everything in sight. But when I kissed the cop down at 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of that love potion number 9. 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 There's an alternate ending to that song, which I have only read about, but apparently on one of the takes from the original group who did that, called the Clovers, they had a ending that said, had so much fun, I'm gonna do it again. Can't wait to see what happens with Love Potion number 10. So maybe you'll tune in for that next time. This is Music We Remember, brought to you this evening by caregiving.com. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you're having a wonderful evening.